This is Oh Snap, hosted by Roadie Sports, featuring Razz winner Heffery. We're going to get started in a minute. We're going to hear how Heffery managed to win his way to Orange Glory in the Blokpax universe. Roadie, I will turn it over to you.
All right. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Oh Snap. This is the show where you'll hear from the winners, the orange names, the ones who've made it all the way through a Razz drop and won that final coin flip. You'll hear the stories, the strategies, the heartbreaks, and the triumphs on their way to reaching that winner's circle. My name is Rody, and I'll be your host for another production of Radish NFT, creators of Miner Yours and Miners After Dark. For those who don't know what a Blokpax Razz drop is, I won't go into all the details here. You can find that on the Discord. But it's like a virtual pack break, except you get a token, which we call a Razz, that either gives you a chance at a card or could be an instant winner. Usually that Razz represents a 1 in 2048 chance at the card. To get that card, we go through a series of snaps where 50% of the Razz are eliminated. This happens for 11 rounds until one Razz is left and the winner of that card is declared. In this show, we'll be talking to those winners and the approaches they took to succeed. Today, we're talking to Heffery. You've seen his new orange name around the Discord. We're going to hear how he got it. In fact, he joined the winner's circle in this last LHS drop, where he landed the 59 tops Bob Gibson. Heffery, welcome to Oh Snap.
Thank you guys for having me. This is awesome. I'm glad you guys are putting this program out there. This is going to be great for our community.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be good to learn from everybody and hear everybody's stories. So you got your first win, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an unexpected one at that, so I appreciate that very much. So thank you.
So how long you been with Blokpax?
I have been with Blokpax since the beginning, the very first, whatever they called that, the Genesis drop, where there wasn't a lot of understanding of it. It was kind of my first foray into NFTs and all of this, and so I was a little nervous and confused, but yeah, been around since the beginning, and I haven't missed a drop since.
That's cool. How many drops do you think that's been since that time? And have you gotten close to that win before?
I think I've been close, I want to say 3 times, and I'm terrible with memory. I don't know, I feel like so Blokpax has been around a year and change, so it's, what is that, 12 or 13 drops? Maybe it's more than that. I can't remember any at this point, but they all kind of run together a little bit for me. But, yeah, I have not missed one.
So how far do you think you've gotten before? Have you gotten down to that final coin flip or
Yep. I've been to a final coin flip once. I've been in the final 4 3 times, and 2 of those 3 times I ended up selling before I didn't know what happened. I chose not to know if I won or not. So, so I sold and then didn't look back.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting part of the strategy. Really, is do you look to break even at some point? Do you want to continue to take those chances? Do you try to get some return on that initial investment?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think my strategy is, I think it's changed nearly every drop. I kind of go in a little differently. I think up until this last LHS drop, I was, trying to get back, what I put into it, and then kind of seeing what happened with anything that I had left over, and really trying to target things like Sweet 16s and that kind of thing. And just my goal was come out of it in a better spot than I went into it, and I have, and it's been great. And the beautiful thing is knowing that even if I have a bad snap or a bad drop, that I've got the infinite moments still sitting there, and so that always makes me feel better knowing that it's not all for naught, right? You've got something that you can hang your hat on, that you've got some value in.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, how'd you end up on the Bob Gibson? And were you going after him from the beginning, or how'd that come about?
Oh my gosh, it was pure luck. When we did when we opened all the Razz, I think I had, and I might get this number wrong, but I think I had like 3, maybe 4 of Gibson, and he wasn't, from a value standpoint, it wasn't one of the higher valued cars. And so I never really paid attention, to it all that much. I wasn't looking to chase it and I wasn't looking to dump it. Because there wasn't enough value to do any of that. So I just let it sit there. And I think I'm pretty sure at the 512 marker, I had one left. Wow. And so I was like, well, you might as well just let it go. And it just kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And then I couldn't believe it. One of the interesting things I think about that last drop was, from what it seemed like, people weren't trying to lock things up. There wasn't a lot of stacking.
Yeah.
People weren't trying to own everything. There was a lot of individual ownership throughout most of the the cards and the collectibles. And so I noticed, I was like, I think when I looked at 8, it was like somebody had 2 and then everyone else had 1. I'm like, well, I guess I have as good a shot as anybody here. And then got down to the final 2. It happened to be the other person was a friend in the group. And so we had chatted and we just kind of were rooting for each other, which was really cool. And I won the coin flip and I was really pumped. I was super excited because I just had no, Frenchie always says it takes only one, and it legitimately took one. It's amazing how that works. So,
yeah. Did you, so for that drop, were you focusing on anybody else and Gibson just kind of went through or what was your strategy going into that drop?
Yeah. Because of what it was, I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into much of anything. I think I made a few trades to kind of stack a few things, and then they went really quickly. And so kind of towards the end, I wouldn't call it, a rip and ride strategy, but it was, I was kind of moving some tokens around to stack other ones. And the Gibson was just like this lone little thing sitting out there that was like, it's like, well, there's not enough in it to like really do much with it. So I'm just going to leave that one alone. And there were some good cards in that drop, but I just wasn't feeling like chasing anything. But I wanted to, get out of things I knew I didn't want, and I wanted to stack some tokens of things that I thought were a little more intriguing. And I just never thought in a million years it would have been that one that I ended up with.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a kind of an interesting drop because it was a bonus drop. And what did we start at? We started at 2024, right? I think we didn't even start at 2048. So it was, or the 512. I can't remember where we started, but it was a little bit different drop, and it was crowdslabs, right? And I don't know if a lot of people knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, which was really interesting. And the funny thing is, I love crowdslabs, so I was excited when I found out that that's what it was. So.
Yeah, but you're right. It was a little interesting down at the end. Is you saw a lot of individuals at the round of 4 left, right? There were 4 different people going at it, so nobody was really loading up. We didn't win the card we were going after, that we were kind of going I guess a little heavy on. In fact, we had 5 of 8 going into those last couple of snaps, and we lost 4 on that one snap that brought us down to 1 of 4, and then we lost the 1 on the next snap. So we lost that one, but we had 2 stragglers that we really weren't paying attention to that ended up coming through, just like your Gibson, that we ended up winning.
Isn't that amazing how that happens?
You put a lot of work into trying to focus on one, and then you don't even get that one. But
yeah, I know. It's like
big strategies.
Yeah, it's exactly right. So.
Well, we have another drop coming up, right? We're actually getting the first snap tomorrow. What's your strategy on this one? How are you going after the Winter Elite?
Yeah, time in real life is kind of dictating this one for me. So I'm trying to get out of most everything that I have pretty early, just because I know I won't have the time to pay attention late. Trying to trade and help people wherever I can. I'm not too concerned about stacking anything. I just want to kind of get out, get what I put into it back, and kind of leave it be, because I just know I won't have the time. Not that it takes a ton of time, but I know I'm gonna miss some drops. I know, or some snaps. And so I just don't want to make a mistake. And so I'm sure there'll be some things that end up kind of stragglers, 1s and 2s of things, but I want to get out as much stuff as I possibly can and kind of help people how I can early on, and then kind of just let it be. So
yeah. Well, that's a great part of the community is obviously guys like you helping out, and everyone in there is willing to trade, help each other out. So I think awesome community within Blokpax for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's incredible. I love the collaboration. I love that people know what other people are chasing, right? So you make a trade with someone, and then you find out someone else is looking for something that you just traded with. You know, it's a really special place because there's so much trust, right? A lot of trust, and you come through, and people come through, and it's really, and then you end up rooting for people, right? So you end up making a trade with someone who's says the reason they're attached to a card is because it's, their father's favorite player, and then you're rooting for that person to win, and it's really, that's why you get excited even if you aren't part of it.
Yeah, no, it's really neat. Really neat to be part of the community. All right. Well, I tell you what, let's we're going to wrap this up here. I think I know you're not going to be heavy into this drop, but wish you the best of luck on future drops, and for sure we'll see you around the Discord.
Yeah, good luck to you guys too, and hope Thanos is kind to you all, and appreciate you a whole bunch.
All right. Thanks, Heffery. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
We'll see you.